Yo, what's up YouTube? Back with another reaction video. Today we got Does Race Matter when it comes to dating? Keep it 100 via cut. Honestly, I think it does. And I don't think it has anything to do with the person's color. I think it's more like, excuse me. I think it's more like comfortability, compatibility, culture, those kind of things. They can be barriers when it comes to getting to know somebody. And then obviously someone of your same race may be a little bit more relatable. But I think that's about it. I don't really think it has anything to do with the person's color. Attractiveness does come into play too. So if that's what you're used to seeing, that may be what you're attracted to. Bada bing, bada boom. But yeah. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about it, and we're about to see how these people feel about it. Let's get into it.
You ever dated outside of your race?
Yes.
Let's talk about your current partner. What race are they?
He's a white cis man.
And what about your partner before that?
He was a white cis man.
And then what about before that?
Before that, oh no, he was a white cis man, but ask me the one before that.
Oh, what? What is she saying? Is she saying white cis? I don't know.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
Yeah.
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 Yes.
Yes.
I have.
Oh yeah.
I've dated, I'd say, every race.
Currently dating someone outside my race right now.
My girlfriend right now is mixed.
I've dated a lot of white guys, but I've also dated Mexican guys as well.
I currently have a partner right now, and they're a white partner.
I've only dated two people, and my husband, my current partner, he's mixed.
And you're white?
I am very white, yes.
Very, very white, okay.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
I'm black and Asian. I've never dated anybody that's black or Asian.
My current girlfriend is Asian.
Japanese American.
Puerto Ricans.
Chinese. My husband is black.
My partner, actually, of over 10 years is black.
Have you ever dated outside your race?
I'm currently dating outside of my race. I'm learning a lot.
What are you learning?
White people just really love the outdoors. It doesn't matter if the weather's bad, it doesn't matter if there's bugs and mosquitoes everywhere, they are outside.
Yeah, I can't do bugs.
I get to know the other culture as well.
Where I grew up, white people were one of the minorities, so it was usual for everyone to date outside their race.
I grew up in Los Angeles, so there's a lot more than just white guys.
Sometimes I equate the feeling of whiteness to a lack of passion.
I would prefer that they're not white because it makes it more interesting, I think.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
No.
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 Nope, I don't think so.
Well, I've only dated one person, and he is also the same mixed race makeup as me, so no.
What's your ethnicity?
My mom's white, and my dad is Mexican, white, Chinese, and Native American.
I'm biracial, so if I were to date another black person, I don't consider that outside of my race, but I also don't consider dating a white person outside of my race.
But have you ever dated someone that wasn't white or black or mixed?
No, I haven't.
Why haven't you dated outside of your race?
It hasn't risen as an opportunity.
Opportunity has not been there.
Never had the opportunity to.
I've had people that I've been interested in, but we just
You know what I'm saying? Like
never ended up dating.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
I have not.
Why not?
I think in my younger years it was fear. I'm not sure what that fear is defined as, and the opportunities never came after a point where I didn't feel that way.
The time that I was dating a lot, I went to a school that was very Caucasian.
So I just tend to be in spaces where there are a lot of white people.
Where I grew up, it was pretty white.
I grew up in a little tiny town.
Small town.
Small town in Kansas.
I grew up in Montana. There wasn't really a lot of people that were not my race.
Just the only people that I've gravitated towards they both just happen to be white.
Statistically, I'm probably gonna end up with a white person. That's the way of the world.
Oh, what do you mean by that?
I mean, it's just generally people like to stick within their cultural groups because they want to feel accepted to the highest extent that they can be.
Why would you typically date within your race?
Just because it's easier to relate
to each other, I think.
I've only dated outside. Did I not speak? I said speak. Did I not speak about all of this in the beginning? Man, I'll be trying to put y'all on game, but look, man, y'all be brushing me off sometimes.
Race once. We just didn't see eye to eye.
I'm Latina, so I feel like other people wouldn't really get our issues as much.
The type of upbringings we have were different. Finances in our family were different.
I have been predominantly dating black men. There's a level that we just understand each other at, and I don't have to really
explain anything about my culture.
What is your race?
I'm South Asian, more specifically Indian.
You usually date Indian men.
I would say that's my type, and I didn't really branch out until recently, mainly because I've had some bad experiences with Indian men.
I would say I typically date white males, to be honest.
Why do you tend to date white guys?
Kind of just a preference I've had, and for me, kind of growing up and seeing the Latino machismo culture, that kind of just turned me off.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
Yes, I have.
I have, yes. Yeah.
Oh, yes.
All the time.
Do you tend to have a preference when dating?
I don't know that I have a preference, but I've dated more white men than I have any other race.
I guess generally I tend to date white people.
I definitely have dated mostly white women.
It's a lot of white guys.
I don't think that I'm like attractive towards people outside of my race.
Why?
I don't really know.
Do you tend to have a preference when dating?
No, just not white.
Fill them up.
Just not white.
Measurement day. We're skinny this summer. How thin my
The
lips
gym.
Jasper.
Come on, ad. They're about to hit me with a second ad. Watch this.
I typically don't find Caucasian men as attractive, and I think my love of Asian food and anime and stuff kind of just translated to I love specifically Asian features. That sounds really bad, but I guess we all like what we like, right?
Why do you date white guys?
I like blonde hair, so I feel like that often white guys have the hair color that I'm looking for.
I like alternative indie guys, and that's who tends to be, kind of on the edgier sides.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It depends on the character of the person.
As I was like starting to date and everything, I realized I didn't really have a preference.
Racial preference? People of color, just because there's a lot more that I can connect with. However, I don't have a racial requirement. And that's what pisses me off. People will literally misconstrue a preference over a requirement.
Have you ever dated outside your race?
That's a fact.
Yes.
Did that cause any conflict within your relationship?
Not really. I think there were some aspects of his culture that I tried to understand that I didn't just because it's not my own.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
I have.
Has that caused any tension with your family?
Not with my family particularly, but oftentimes with the other person's family.
My family is racist, so I was apprehensive about bringing her home, but her family was super welcoming to me, so it wasn't an issue on that side.
I mean, I was dating this guy who was black in high school, and I was telling my mom who he was, and she was like, but he's black. So I think there's a lot of implicit bias that I do think kind of stems from my parents.
I guess my lifestyle is a little bit different from theirs.
I mean, no one says anything, but you just get the looks,
I've had black partners in the past that have asked me, if the cops pull us over, you got to take the lead a little bit because it's just a little scary. And same thing goes for when the height of, ICE detainment was going on. I had a Hispanic partner and we had a long talk about what that looked like for their family, etc.
Have you ever dated outside of your race?
Yeah, my current wife, she's born and raised in Puerto Rico, and I'm from the States.
Any cultural differences that come up?
She makes fun of my language all the time. If I think something's really fun, I'll be like, ooh, that's a hoot and a half, and she says that is just too silly.
Did you see yourself ending up with someone of a specific race?
I think in the hindsight, no. But for years, I was told by family, you gotta stay in the race.
They want me to date someone who also understands my culture, because with me dating white men, generally, it's just harder for them to understand certain things.
If I want to listen to my heart, it's good with me, but if I want to listen to my family, it's not so good.
I come from a Korean and white family, and I was always told, date a nice, rich white boy.
Who are you dating right now?
A white boy.
Would you feel any pressure from your parents to date a certain race?
No, I mean, I'm mixed. So my dad's white, my mom's Asian.
Do you get pressure from your mom at all?
No, honestly, she's more marry someone who comes from a good family, has passion, good work, makes money.
It was mainly pressure to stay away from anybody ever and just focus on getting good grades and going to school. The only criteria that I've seen them have is that they really want someone that is outdoorsy.
Have you ever dated someone outside your race?
Yes, it's cool when you're dating people from different backgrounds because you can get a sense of culture that you probably would never get a sense of
originally. I'm more into people. Like, if they're cool and we click, then it's cool.
I go for people who have sweet personalities and kind hearts.
I don't like discriminate.
Who do your parents want to bring home?
Anybody at this point.
Hey, yo, I'm crying. That's how it be, though. See, your standards be here, and you end up with nobody. Tough. But look, to answer the question, personally, have I dated anybody outside my race? Yes and no. It's my mix, but like, I wouldn't even consider it outside my race. So, but yeah, interesting to hear those perspectives. I didn't really mention the family part, but I feel like that's a big part. That's a big factor as well. So y'all let me know if y'all date outside y'all race. Would y'all? Could y'all? Let me know. Other than that, man, that's going to end up this reaction video. I'm not going to say to like, comment, share, or subscribe. Because if y'all rock with me, y'all going to do that anyway. And I'm going.